Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me again for another family devotion. And today our title is Body and Blood. If you were to make a three-course meal that helped people to think about you, I wonder what would be on your menu. Let me tell you mine as you think about your own answer. So if I had to make a three-course meal to help people remember me, here's what I'd have. To start with, I would have some nachos with some lovely sweet chili, some sour cream, and some cheese. And I would have nachos because that is my go-to starter. When I'm out for dinner, usually I end up getting nachos, and the cheesier they are, the better. So that would be the starter. For the main course, I think I'd have to go for a really nice, juicy burger with bacon, cheese, an onion ring, and some lovely barbecue sauce. And on the side, I'd probably have some sweet chili and sour cream chips as well. I love a really nice burger. Then my dessert, well, it would have to be a cheesecake because I absolutely love all cheesecakes. But if you ask me my favourites, I'd probably have to say mint arrow or maybe a raspberry and white chocolate. That for me would be a meal that sums up who I am. So now it's your choice. I'll give you a few seconds. Tell those sitting beside you what would you choose for your three-course meal to help people remember you. Why on earth are we talking about meals and remembering people? Well, today we join the disciples where we left off last time in the Bible. They're sitting with Jesus, enjoying the Passover meal together, and he's just told them that soon he's going to die. This is a special last meal with his friends, and we're going to discover how Jesus uses the food on offer to explain why he has to die. So let's see what Jesus does. Our reading today comes from Luke chapter 22, verses 19 to 20. Here's what it says. Then Jesus took some bread. He thanked God for it, broke it, and gave it to the disciples. Then Jesus said, "This bread is my body that I am giving for you. Do this to remember me." In the same way, after supper, Jesus took the cup and said, "This cup shows the new agreement that God makes with his people. This new agreement begins with my blood, which is poured out for you." As Jesus enjoys this meal with his disciples, he uses the bread and the wine to help his disciples and also us to understand why his amazing plan also involves his death. He takes bread and explains it, saying it's like his body that's also going to be broken. He then takes wine and he says this is like his blood that will be poured out. Jesus' death, it's going to be painful. So why on earth would he put himself through that? Well, we see the answer twice in this passage. Jesus says the reason he's going to die is for you, for me, for all of us. I wonder, do you ever feel unloved or alone at times? I'm sure we all do. And that's why what Jesus is saying is actually such good news for us. Jesus is sitting there with his friends and he's telling them that he was going to lay down his life for them. Why? Because he loved them so much. And he says the same to us today as well. Jesus loves us. Jesus loves you. Will you respond with love for him as well? Jesus' death makes a difference for all of us whenever we put our trust in him.